Yes, the bowler only had himself to blame for that. There were 2 more runs added to take England along to 278 for 3 when bad light stopped play with some 45 minutes to go, the scheduled playing time. It's bad luck for the public, but the players stayed out there much longer than they should have. Barnett 55 not out and Lamb 20 not out. The light really was very bad. Good innings from Barnett, played very well, looked impressive square of the wicket, and none of those bowlers listed posed any problems at all for him. Thought Ravi Ratnayake, apart from getting the 2 wickets, was the best of these Sri Lankan bowlers. LABROOY picked up 1 and no wickets for the 3 on the bottom of the list. So England in a very strong position at the end of the second day of this Cornhill Test match, 84 runs ahead, still 7 wickets in hand and 2 men out there, Barnett and Lamb, in very, very good form, very, very strong position. Well, Lamb and Barnett made a very brisk start to proceedings this morning. They brought up their 50 partnership and they'd added 7 runs to the overnight total when we join with the 5th ball of the second over. Ratnayake is the bowler and Barnett is taking strike.
That's an easy shot. On the up, standing up straight. I'm quite surprised how much Kim Barnett moves his feet before the ball actually gets to him. It works pretty well against this. See the commitment there, and he just plays from front foot, weight on the front foot. Ravi Ratnayake, this is his 20th Test match. Oh, what a lovely shot. Economy of movement. We were talking about movement at the crease, and there you see the absolute minimum by Allan Lamb.
Yes, this is a tremendous stroke by Lamb. Foot right to the ball, beautiful follow through.
.300 up for England for the loss of 3 wickets. Yeah, beats him, just slides off the face of the bat. Quite useful that by Kim Barnett. He aimed a bit straighter and rather wrong-footed the man who was at cover. And the ball just slid across the face of the bat, nice and square, through the gap.
Got right across there and a lovely follow through. Perfectly balanced at the end, head still. Certainly an attractive player, Kim Barnett.
Ratnayake is just 23 years old, and he's playing in his 2nd Test match. Made his debut in Perth against Australia. Lamb doesn't move. He just weighed onto the front foot, and as soon as he hit the ball, he knew that that was 4.
Yes, England really pushing on with this morning. That wasn't quite a full half volley, but a lovely full face of the bat there. Really showed the ball of the maker's name.
Yes, easy. Great variety of length, really. That's not serving Sri Lanka very well, but it's right up Allan Lamb Street. Seems to be a great lack of physical effort required by Lamb. His timing is so good, his form is so good.
Yeah, having a change of bowling at the pavilion. LABROOY coming back on. And really, I suppose he's the steadiest of the Sri Lankan bowlers.
And gone. First ball, so success there for Sri Lanka. Barnett it is, caught by Ranatanga, bowled by LABROOY. He's out for 66. England now 320 for 4.
Yeah, you see it again. Barnett just a little bit late in getting across. Didn't really get far enough across the ball that was reasonably wide. Comfortable slip catch there. And that's the departure of Kim Barnett.
Robin Smith No helmet for him. Just about the most comfortable situation that he's got to the crease for England in his brief Test career. Well, he's been watching Lamb, and carbon copy of the shot we saw in the previous over. Great way to get off the mark, and a week ago Robin Smith got an unbeaten 100 against this same Sri Lankan side.
Yes, and carrying on where he left off by the look of things.
Another change of bowling. Samaraweera, he's coming on instead of Ramnaik. Alan Lamb's 50. Small crowd, but generous applause. Well, that was well bowled because that squared Smith up and a little bit of movement away. Well, meat and drink for Lamb.
Very powerful.
GRAEME LABROOY.
Well, gracious me. The bowler doesn't look too happy about things.
Very interesting, the point had been dropped right back there. See how deep he is, and Robin Smith picked him out absolutely spot on, Madhurasinghe.
.350 up for England, loss of 4 wickets, last 50, only 66 balls. That's good timing. And quick to come back for the third. Prevented a Silva fielder.
And this is a
good slower ball. That's very well bowled by LABROOY.
Well, I think there's no doubt there that he deceived ALLAN with a change of pace. Yes, you could see the bat came through before the ball arrived. The ball didn't do anything at all, just a running in, but definitely deceived ALLAN with the slower ball there. So that's well bowled for the bowler.
New bowler Ranatunga. Well, little away swinger, and had him stretching so much he got the inside edge. There's the beauty of a slow medium floater. Robin Smith bowled by Ranatunga for 31, and England 373 for 6.
Well, the pace was very gentle, but watch this swing. A lot of swing in the end, and you know, Robin Smith really reaching for that, getting a thick inside edge and dragging it a long way back into his stumps.
New batsman John Embire.
Bad luck for some little child here at the ground or nearby, lost their balloons. Samaraweera now coming in from the nursery end. Out. Aravinda de Silva, Embury without scoring. 7th wicket down. And Sri Lanka will be delighted with that. Not so Embury, who's smashed a half pitcher wide of the off stump, straight to the man at cover.
Well, yes, John Embry could really have hit that to most places in the ground. He could have pulled it, square cut it. He just had to hit it very hard off the back foot, but unfortunately straight at cover point. I suppose somebody has to miss out today, and John Embry's got to be the one.
From the pavilion end, Graeme LABROOY. Nicely clipped away over mid-wicket, and 4 more to take Pringle on to 14.
Low full toss there, and Derek Pringle doing well to get it over mid-wicket at the finish there.
And another wicket for LABROOY. Vehement appeal. Umpire Constant didn't raise his finger, which astonished LABROOY for a moment, but Pringle was already 4 yards down the pitch, walking off. No need for the umpire to do anything there. Pringle has gone, LABROOY has struck. England 383 for 8.
You know, Derek Pringle struggled occasionally outside the off stump to LABROOY, and again, not really picking the bat up from wicketkeeper to bowler. The bat goes round in a circle, and LABROOY's kept going. He's kept going on a pretty good length and line. He's deserved the bit of success he's had.
Nice stroke to get off the mark in Test cricket for Philip Newport. Lovely cover drive to the boundary. Lovely stroke from Newport. The 400 comes up for England.
It's a good shot from Foster. 2 runs.
Yes, I think a lot of people think Neil Foster can only play off the front foot. He does very well to get on top of that one.
LABROOY, who's just being rested. His best ever performance in Test cricket. Well, that's a good looking shot. Newport extending beautifully. And 4 runs. Let the blade of the bat go there with a top hand steering it past cover's left hand, and high-class stroke.
Yes, no power in it, but just very, very good timing.
Good outside bet now for the Tour of India. Team selected on Tuesday week. In the air, could be out, and is. Aravinda de Silva taking a beautifully judged low catch. It's the end of Phil Newport, caught for 26 off the bowling of Ramanayaka. And England now 420 for 9.
Phil Newport hooking up here. You see that bat getting a little bit tucked in. I think the ball came down the hill at him a little. And a beautifully judged catch by de Silva. Very, very high-class piece of fielding.
David Lawrence, one of the more single-minded number 11s in county cricket. Doesn't mind how much of the strike he gets. Usually only one thing that he wants to do with it. And there's the team talk. Right, says Lawrence. He takes strike at the start of a new over with the batsman having crossed. And LABROOY has been brought back. See if he can get his first ever 5-wicket haul in Test cricket. And there goes Lawrence. He'll 1-2. Never mind Foster keeping the strike. The sort of tail-ender with which a crowd can very easily relate. Oh, big hit tried by Lawrence. No contact, but wicket-keeper Silva couldn't gather it, and so a bye. That's a big hit, but it's not big enough, and it's out, caught by Mendes at mid-on. David Lawrence out, giving Ramnayakar his second wicket. He goes for 4. Neil Foster left undefeated with 14, and England all out 429.
Well, David Lawrence going for the big hit, but not quite middling it, probably a little bit low on the bat or something. And Jack going as a nice, comfortable catch to mid-on. Yeah, it's a bit low down on the bat, bottom of the bat. And just a nice, comfortable catch to Mendes then. Oh, a steady all-round performance by the England batsman. Nobody making 100. Russell the highest with 94, but finishing on 429.
And Russell can be very happy at getting to within 6 of his century there in that total of 429. John Emburey missed out, and so too David Lawrence. But everyone, apart from that, got a go on, and it was a very impressive performance from England. The bowling for Sri Lanka, they tried very hard, and they're at their best when they keep the ball up to the bat and can move it away from the batsman, away from the right-hander in the air. Graeme LABROOY, the most successful, 40 overs, 7 maidens, 4 for 119. He did a good job, so too Ravi Ratnayaka. But there was no tremendous life in the bowling attack. 235 runs ahead, England, after making their 429 against Sri Lanka's 194. We pick up play now in the Sri Lankan second innings. It's the 5th ball of the second over. 13 runs are on the board already, 7 of them from Foster's first over. Here's David Lawrence now coming in from the nursery end, and he's bowling to Brendan Karupu.
There's a clinking shot.
Well, you won't see many better strokes than that. Very attacking field for David Lawrence, just a cover in front of the wicket on the offside, so anything you get back to is going to go. But this would probably have beaten most of the fields anyway. Beautiful off drive.
Silva is off the mark.
Philip Newport, first bowler of the innings instead of David Lawrence. He'll be bowling from the nursery end, where he bowled most of his overs in the first innings of the match. That's a great shot.
And Karupu carrying on from his first innings, where he played a lot of good shots, but that was horrible delivery from Philip Newport.
And that's well bowled. As in the first innings, authentic strokes followed by a streaky one, but 4 the result in each case.
Karupu trying to get out the way of this run down, and dear me.
Neil Foster now to Silva. Well, Silva dumped on his seat of his pants, and Foster's giving him a pretty torrid time.
perfect bouncer. Just across the left-hander, and that was his only way out.
Looks like 4 more, but Gooch in hot pursuit. So 4 fours off Newport already. His first 10 deliveries, 2 authentic strokes in front of the wicket and 2 rather streaky edges. And 1 more. The best shot that Amal Silva's played so far.
Amal Silva giving it the full treatment.
Neil Foster bowling to Brendan Karupu. That's out. First wicket. Foster's earned that wicket. Karupu it is. Yes. Caught by Barnett off the bowling of Neil Foster for 25.
Very hostile spell of bowling, a little inside edge onto the thigh pad, just lobbing up for Kim Barnett. Full marks to Karupu, he doesn't hang around, he knows he's hit it and he walks off. He gives himself a little bit of room at short square leg, Barnett, and picking that up very comfortably.
New batsman Samaraweera. Naught in the first innings, so facing the dreaded pair. Off the mark in Test cricket. And now relief for him. Silva in all sorts of trouble to Foster. 6th or 7th time in the last dozen or so deliveries that he's played and missed.
Been a very impressive spell by Foster. Silva not quite good enough to get an edge.
And then 4 runs. Pretty authentic stroke as well, playing it front of gully. Lovely shot, flicked off his legs. Worth 3. That's the 50. It's come up from just 82 deliveries. Oh, and a brilliant catch. Magnificent catch, and that's the end of Silva. Caught by Russell off the bowling of Newport. 16. Sri Lanka 51 for 2.
Brilliant catch. And he was absolutely right to go for it, because I don't think it would have carried to first slip.
New batsman Aravinda De Silva. Oh, that's well bowled. Everybody going the wrong way. Great spell from Foster.
Now Foster getting the ball just to move about a bit off the seam, just sufficient there, inside edge. Would have been a brilliant catch if he'd taken it.
a very good stroke off the back foot. Timing must have been absolutely perfect. Samaraweera, nice stroke.
Yes, I think this is probably the stroke of the match for me. I was surprised when that went for 4. It looked like just a good defensive shot off the back foot. But to hit it like that and go for 4 is a perfect shot, perfect timing.
Good looking back foot player, Samaraweera.
Yes, Samaraweera has plenty of time when he's on the back foot. That was banged in short, not probably quite short enough for the bounce on this wicket, but he had plenty of time to play the shot.
He's given that something. It'll be very pleasant to watch his footwork in the action replay here.
Yes, and just to prove that the first one was no fluke, he gave that a little bit more, and straight into the crowd.
Seems to be the light is closing in just a little. That's the same way as it did last night. The batsman stayed on for a considerable time when the light certainly wasn't playable. The umpires had offered it to the batsman. They decided to stay on. Ooh, good shot. They don't mind the short pitch ball either of these guys.
It defies the bad light. So quickly in position there.
2 more balls bowled and 4 runs added before the umpires conferred about the light. That was at 5:16. They offered it to the batsman and the batsman came off straight away. 92 for 2 at the end. Aravinda de Silva 15 and some lovely strokes from Samaraweera in his 30 not out, particularly shots off the back foot. Looked a good player out there today. Bowling figures for England. Neil Foster came in for some rough treatment after a most impressive post-tea time spell. Finished up with 12.5 overs, 6 maidens, 1 for 44. A wicket to Philip Newport, who again came back strongly after having 20 taken from his first 3 overs. Bowled very well in the remaining 4. Derek Pringle, just 2 overs for 7, and Lawrence 3 overs also for the same figure. Sri Lanka 143 runs behind, with their second innings standing at 92 for 2 on the 3rd day of this Cornhill Test match. First off,